Mike Redmond has always understood the importance of community. For most of his adult life, Redmond has been a visible figure in the community through his involvement with soccer programs, most notably as head coach of the UPEI women's soccer team, and more recently as facility director for the Murphy's Community Center. Just a couple of months ago, the island community came to Redmond's aid when he experienced a serious health scare.
And my break, I was going to run another practice at 1 and another one at 2:30. I wasn't feeling good, and I'm not a person that really takes medication, so I I just wasn't right. And so I'd called my wife, who I knew was downtown, and I said, could you do me a favor and bring some Advil by the center? I'm just not 100%. I just want to make sure I get through the day.
It didn't take long for Redmond to realize that something was very seriously wrong.
Well, about 3 minutes later, I'd call her because I was on all fours and I couldn't get to my breath, and I said, I have to go to the hospital. Can you get here now? And that's basically when it sort of all went off the map, as it were, and I knew I had problems.
Upon his arrival at the QEH, the staff took quick steps to assess Redmond's condition and comfort his family.
Well, when you're sick, and you're really sick, the reaction of the staff, the reaction of the doctors and the specialists, that was phenomenal. So quick to react, tests were done so fast, and just the care that the QEH provided me in a time of need, it was very comforting to me, but I know it was especially comforting to my wife and my family, and the reaction time was phenomenal. So when you're sick, they're going to be there to help you.
It turns out Redmond had been living all his life with a congenital condition. Blood clots had spread from his legs to his lungs, making breathing almost impossible. He would spend 8 days in hospital, several of those in intensive care when his condition worsened. For Redmond, the entire experience has only served to strengthen his already healthy respect and admiration for the healthcare professionals at the QEH.
I certainly had enough experiences with being at the QEH, but none personally. So when it happens and you have a chance to reflect on the occurrences and how you're treated, and from the doctors to admitting to your general care in the hospital, the experience was phenomenal. If you could say that experience like that was phenomenal. The specialist, Dr. Adams, Dr. Savier, the attendants every day, the nurses in ICU, and Mim, and escapes me her last name, just the care and the caring attitude and looking after me, and I just felt that I couldn't be in a better place.
Redmond will require some follow-up care and will be on blood-thinning medication for the rest of his life, but is otherwise in good health. He cannot express enough how comforting it was to know that the hospital was there for him in his time of need.
The care and the concern and the follow-up and just the professionalism of the QEH and the doctors and the staff and everybody involved at the hospital just gives me an appreciation for what we have. And sometimes we don't appreciate those things that are the most obvious, but when you're in a circumstance where it's life-threatening and you know that you have that type of care and that medical system in place on Prince Edward Island, we're very, very fortunate.